I've never fought this. Alright, hello everyone. This is Channel 3. I'm your host, the biggest person in the world. And we're here with your other host.
The biggest person in the world.
Okay, good intro. Thank you for tuning into Channel 3. This is going to be our little speech or spiel about
how 2016 unpunched us.
Yeah, 2016. Everyone knows 2016 sucked. If you don't know what 2016 sucked, let's talk about the highlights. We're going to try and cover the good, the bad, the ugly, and the Trump. Anyways, this is just footage of Chivalry, where we played with Negi, or Mr. Negi 3000, Generation 3000.
Lord.
Yes, the Lord of roasting. But anyways, let's get into the news.
Being a huge gnome faggot.
I'm not cutting this.
Good.
All right.
Let him come.
Let them come to us.
Let them come.
So,
on us.
Without any specifics on like when what happened sucked first or whatever, I think the first thing that I remember early in the year was either Christina Grimmie or Grimmie dying. She was shot.
I think she was first, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, that sucked. What?
Hold on, I'm looking her up now. When exactly? Wait, what? No, it was June 10th when she died.
Really?
Yeah. So that means
Harambe died first.
Before that. Oh, yeah, him too.
Harambe died first, because that was May 28th.
And before all that, it was David Bowie.
Oh, yeah, David Bowie died. Prince died.
Yeah.
So let's start off. We can't cover too many the plan
There's
is
too much death to cover.
No. That we're going to cover it all.
Oh yeah.
So we're going to start with who was first? It was
Bowie.
Bowie died. Bowie.
2016 January 10th.
What was your favorite song of Bowie's?
Everyone loves fucking Space Oddity. I really like it. I really dig it.
Yeah, Space.
The new album that he put out, Black Star.
Black Star.
A lot of good ones on that. Lazarus, yes. The actual title, Black Star itself.
Yeah, Lazarus.
Labyrinth or the movie. I mean, everyone loves that shit.
I mean, I thought Labyrinth was just silly. But
that's the point.
Most of the albums where he was Ziggy Stardust, yes, I enjoyed them.
Oh, yeah.
Big old loss right there when he died. I was actually surprised because I thought he was in good health, but I don't know how he died. Wasn't it cancer or something?
He had a long-standing battle with cancer. And he was doing good for a while, and then all of a sudden just...
Yeah, you know what? That, as a child, I never got to see Labyrinth, but I think it's gotten more popular recently. Maybe it's because of his death. Because I know I've gone to conventions nowadays, and I'll see a bunch of people dressed as Boner Bowie, as Tiffany likes to call him, because
he's hot.
Well, not that. You can definitely see his junk in his pants in that film.
Oh yeah, that too.
I mean, he dated models. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess you gotta have. I don't know. He had it all. He had talent. He wasn't a bad looker either. I mean he did.
He had a really interesting thing with his eyes. I don't know if it's a disease or
okay, so interesting.
It was super cool.
Let's talk about this for a second. So, he got, I think the allegation was that he got into a fight at a bar at some point, He got hit in the head, and then his eyes had different dilation from then on, which is actually two things. One, that is a sign of brain damage. Yes. Well, a specific type of ocular brain damage.
Right.
And in cases where you've faced trauma recently, the biggest thing is that even though people can have that just look, it is a sign that your brain is being pushed into the spinal cavity from blood filling into your skull.
Huh.
Scary, right?
That's spooky. That's okay. That speaks if that's how it happened, that really speaks volumes more about him in that he was still alive while that was happening.
No. That's not what's happening, because that kills you.
Oh, okay.
That will kill you. It's a sign of it. It leads to you not being able to breathe. But it was something that definitely did set him apart, because I think his eyes were blue or something. I'm not going to necessarily look it up right now. Blue-green. But because of it, it made it so that one of them looked black and one of them looked bright. Or one of them looked dark and one of them looked bright, because the dilation difference.
Oh, here, I found it. He got punched in the eye.
Oh.
That's what did it.
It's... Okay, well, so it's ocular damage. I thought he got hit in the head, but whatever.
Yeah, it gives it a false impression of the change in iris color, and left with faulty perception and permanently dilated pupil. Thank you, Internet.
Yeah.
But I just think it looks really cool. Like, maybe he's like, I wish my eyes were normal or something, but still, it's like, you look at him, you're like, whoa, that's really sick. That was 10 minutes of sucking David Bowie.
No, it was actually 7 minutes, but still.
Good.
I guess that'll be it for what we have to say about David Bowie. David Bowie died. Really cool. Bad news. Good news. His final album did come out, and it's pretty fucking awesome.
It's very haunting.
Yes,
I think that's what he was going for.
Yep.
I'm gonna make some weird, spooky shit. You guys are gonna love it.
Yeah, and he died shortly after.
Yeah.
Which makes it spookier.
Exactly. In Lazarus, the first line is, "Look at me, I'm up here in heaven."
Ooh, that is crazy, too.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, good that he was like... I feel like that's kind of like him accepting it.
Yeah, really.
Maybe he knew that he was going to die, like, before the album's, like, official release or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Right, he died before the official release, right? It was a post-mortem release.
I think they might have been the same time.
Ooh, creepier. Well, whatever it was, David Bowie, thank you for all your music. Let's move on to, Prince?
Yeah, I think he was next.
Prince died only like a few weeks later, I think, or a month.
So.
Yeah, that was big on me, because I was a huge like Prince fan. I thought Prince, like, a lot of people, I don't know, maybe it was just a Florida thing, but people definitely like argued about like what either Michael Jackson or Prince, who's better. And I thought personally Prince was much better, but that's my opinion.
I feel like Bowie and Prince were like the epitome of the coolest you could possibly be as a person.
I mean, hey,
they're just super cool. And I don't mean like you can hang out and have a drink with them at a bar. I mean like this guy's cool. Anything he does is instantly cool.
Well, the thing with him, and it's like what has pushed me to learn different things over the years, is that he was self-taught in almost everything he did, including all, like, the instruments, wasn't he? Yeah, something like that?
I think so.
Yeah, like, that's really awesome to just, like, teach yourself something, like, and I know that it's hard to do it, but, like, you can do it. Like, if you're, whoever's watching this when it comes up, like, you can teach yourself things. It's hard. It's not easy. You're gonna have to do it. It'll take months and months and months of practice and like not giving up to get it down, but you can get it down. It is possible. You're not just born with the ability to not play a guitar. If you want to learn to play a guitar, you just have to do it. It's hard to do it. The hardest thing is probably like the money to get the guitar, but you can do it. It's possible. And I in that regard, one day I will learn to play the hurdy-gurdy.
I'm sorry, what is that?
It is the greatest instrument I have ever seen. It is like a violin on a wheel. It's fucking great.
Huh. Alright then. I just want to somewhat be better at bass guitar, which I've been really putting off, but that's because of other reasons.
Yeah, dude, if you learn to play the bass guitar, I'll learn to play I don't fucking know, the electric piano, because I can't, God knows I'll never be able to fucking afford a regular piano. You know what? Oboe. That's what I'll do. Oboe.
Yeah.
We'll both be bass.
Yes, we'll do electric synth jazz.
No, dude, I gotta do the cello. Whatever. Point is, Prince died. I don't know if there's any good news about it. He didn't put out an album before he died.
I don't think so, no.
I mean, he did win millions and millions. Whatever. Yeah. He put out a lot of albums, and he's really good. So, I guess let's look at the bright news. All that shit's on YouTube and iTunes.
Oh, yeah, thank God.
And a lot of live performances.
Yeah. There'll always be that. I feel like that's something that human beings really strive toward, is trying to document everything.
Yeah, that's...
It's like, this thing happened, get it on tape. Record it, something.
Yeah, because it'll be gone one day. And I'm glad that we
as we fight against it, it'll be fine.
So goodbye, Prince. Thank you for helping to give me like some sort of courage to teach myself things. And hey, good on you, man.
For being like the coolest motherfucker ever.
See you on the other side, cowboy.
See you, dude.
Let's see.
Cowboy, but
who was next? Harambe. Harambe was a meme.
Okay. You go first, because I have a big spiel.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Shit, I kind of want to let you go first. Go ahead, do it.
Alright. So, future generations, when you look back and you're like, what the fuck was Harambe? Well, Harambe was a gorilla, and a child fell into the enclosure. He picked up the child, dragged him around, and, people freaked out, and fucking killed him. And what followed was like a week of media coverage. It just kept going and going and going, and it just fucking wouldn't stop. So the joke became of making a big deal out of nothing. And okay, yeah, it's kind of a deal because okay, they shot a gorilla and it sucks, but it got blown up out of proportion and it really shouldn't have. So the joke became everyone rallying behind Harambe and dicks out for Harambe and shit like that. Became a joke in of itself, and caring about Harambe became a joke of itself in that you're blowing things up out of proportion that don't need to be blown up. I think that's about all of it. I think that's the main explanation of the joke.
Okay.
It's freaking out for no reason. And now that it's freaking out for no reason on purpose, it's funny.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna have my part now.
Coherent.
You're wrong about a few things. The video can be watched. I'm sure it can be, but dragging the child around makes it seem like this gorilla is being violent, which it wasn't.
Oh yeah, no.
It wasn't. It was moreover probably curious and being parental, because it was like, well, I mean, hey, it looks like a primate to me. I mean, humans, ha.
Yeah.
But it wasn't necessarily being aggressive. And so everybody was worried. Jack Hanna had a big thing to say about it, which was pretty interesting in my opinion, is that Jack Hanna said that they did the right thing. Personally, the only reason why I don't agree is just because, and it's not necessarily I don't necessarily agree, you know, it's like they could have avoided the whole thing by having a better enclosure.
Yeah.
Or if those parents hadn't been shitty fucking parents. But I mean, yeah, no, stupid. That's a good one. Retarded, and I mean that in the most offensive way I can, because you led to the death of an animal that we have in captivity to keep it like they're.
Someone was gonna die in that cage. It was either going to be him or it was either going to be child, and that's it.
Well, not necessarily.
Yeah,
like
he wouldn't have killed the child on purpose. It would have been like, oh, I'm going to pick him up. Oh, his head came off.
Well, no. Their idea, their worry was that the tranquilizer would have freaked out the gorilla, and the gorilla would have assumed that it was attacked by the child.
Which is the exact opposite of how tranquilizers work.
Well, no, not necessarily.
The dart initially is like... Oh,
fight or flight happens in animals differently than it does humans. So, like, an effective tranquilizer, it's not like a movie. It's not like the TV shows.
Oh, yeah, no, it doesn't happen instantly. It takes a while.
The thing is, if the gorilla wasn't looking at the child at the time, which it probably wasn't, and that's probably why... Because everybody was freaking out, so the gorilla was probably taking notice and having... From what I saw, it looked like the gorilla was trying to protect the child. And it would have led to the child probably getting hurt because, hey, the rifle shoots, the gorilla feels a sting, the gorilla's like, oh shit, something just happened to me.
Yeah.
And then it just attacks it like freaks out. Maybe it doesn't even attack the child, just thrashes about and kills the kid.
Yeah.
The dicks out for Harambe, I feel like, is something that just spawned off of the fact that gorilla memes seem to be really big. Always. Gorilla memes are big for some reason. Like,
there's a big stock in gorilla memes.
What was that? What was that old one back in like 2010? Jimmy Russell's.
Yeah.
I feel like
a cereal.
Right. It's just for some reason they're big, but the dicks out for Harambe thing, I don't know who started it, but
it was a group of kids that were just chanting it.
Really?
It somehow caught on. Yeah, you can find the video.
Okay, well, you know what? That's pretty cool that it started, because it made one thing up, and that it made up for the idea that not many people care about zoos, in my opinion. Like, someone took notice. Like, people were upset. Yeah. The only bad part is that, and I will always have disdain for any hate group, is when, like, the media allows for, I don't know, Black Lives Matter, for instance, to get upset that the child was supposedly white. Because the media doesn't give a shit. And they're not going to correct anybody. Did you not hear about this?
No, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah, Black Lives Matter thought the kid was white.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, because white privilege. If it had been a black kid, which it was.
The fuck on.
Don't question it.
So, are they saying if the child would have been black, they would have taken different actions on the gorilla?
Yes. But guess what? Turned out the kid was half black, half, I think, Spanish or something. But hey, Black Lives Matter.
Weird. I don't get it.
It was a big...
Time out. I feel like there are very misguided people in Black Lives Matter, and then very actually educated and know what the fuck they're doing. And the people that know what the fuck they're doing are too busy doing what they're supposed to do and trying to further themselves and the group And then the vocal people that aren't smart are the face, and they get in trouble.
Well, the biggest problem with that idea is, and I don't know if 2017 wasn't the real, I guess the big year for Black Lives Matter to, like, get noticed, in my opinion, because it had been going around for a while, if I'm not mistaken, since, like, 2015?
I think so, yeah.
Well, it was definitely big. It started in 2013. My apologies. Not like I care. But when you have a hate group, I just don't give a shit, regardless of the race that it's hating towards or the race that it's promoting more than another. I don't give a shit. I don't like it.
I wouldn't really call them a hate group. I would call them...
Their leader is a terrorist.
Oh.
Yes. An actual terrorist.
Oh, Jesus.
Like
actual?
FBI wanted list.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. No, the like anti-American like leader of it, like, no, I'm cool with there not being any hate group. Regardless, like, you know, like there's a bunch of racist alt-right that, you know, Trump.
God, they're fucking.
You know what? Actually,
too.
I'll talk about that when we get to the Trump section. That'll be be fun. You'll love what I have to say.
Something made me realize. We talked about David Bowie and Prince and Harambe before getting on to all the police killings and shit.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna get to all of these things.
Hold on. The only reason I feel we can't go to the police ones, because there were so many, and because it was so political charge, that I personally kept out of it, because I was just like, no. I don't worry about it. We're gonna cover all these things. I've got this whole thing planned out, homie. Oh shit. So, anyways, back to Harambe. Harambe died. So. Didn't necessarily need to, in my opinion. Yes, I'm a meat eater, but damn it, I love animals, and I think that we need to fucking do something about that shit. About animals dying and shit. For, like, no reason.
Yeah.
Didn't Cecil the lion also die this year?
Yes, Cecil was...
Yeah. And that's the worst one. If you told me, okay, which is worse, I would have picked the lion. Because he's just hanging out.
Okay, hold on. We'll get to that.
Okay.
We're almost done with the Harambe section.
Okay, so, well, we have more.
Yes. We have to get to the good, because some good came out of Harambe's death.
Oh?
First off, meme. Really good meme.
Of course.
Second of all, in China, you can look this up. China has a zoo. I can't remember where it was. I'll look it up some other time and link it. But they had a voting for one of their new gorilla captives. And this small town didn't necessarily give a shit about the voting, but the internet did.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Harambe lives on in the new gorilla at one of the Chinese zoos. I can't remember where it is, like I said. But the gorilla's name is Harambe McHarambe Face.
Hell yeah.
So, hats off to you, Harambe. I'm sorry you died. But Harambe McHarambe Face is the new Jesus gorilla.
Yep.
Now let's go on to Cecil. Cecil, the lion, was killed. I'm not sure why we're picking up so much about this. I guess, you know what, my big thing about Cecil's death is that fucking poachers.
No, seriously. It was a dentist. It was a dentist that came over, paid, and was like, oh, sick of lion, I'm gonna fucking murder it.
He was paid. I'm pretty sure he was paid to kill it.
No, he paid to kill it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
that's why it's worse.
I think that's still poaching.
Yeah, no.
Nobody in the government wanted that lion dead. If I'm not mistaken, like that was a national treasure.
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah, no, I think poaching is bullshit. And like
it is. It's just...
Yeah, so bad news on the animal front again. Poaching still exists, and I think we're one of the rhinoceros types is dead.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's extinct.
Because
one of the subtypes.
Because of fucking retards?
Yep.
Sorry, you know what? Retards are usually... No. I am sorry. You know why? Because retards are usually nice people.
Oh, yeah.
And
they are.
These people... Fuck them.
They're just backwoods idiots.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat this horn and gain its power. What power? It's a fucking rhinoceros. All it does is stomp around like an idiot, eat grass, and every now and then fight something. Go ahead. Here's your power of eating grass.
The end result of this, I guess, the only bright side can go down to being I guess there's definitely been an increase, I feel like, at least on social media, and I wish it wasn't just social media. I'm hoping it's more than just social media, but an increase in like animal rights activists, not PETA.
Oh yeah, there's a difference.
Right. PETA is not animal rights activism. It is human right to kill animal activism, and I don't like them at all. But hey, animal rights activism, especially for animals that are either endangered or being poached in general.
Those are the ones you have to look out for. Like, okay, this thing is endangered, or it's being hunted because it looks pretty and people want to wear it. Those are the ones you have to look out for.
Right, I don't...
Cows, chickens, fucking whatever else we eat doesn't need to be protected.
See,
it's fine.
No. The thing is that when farming is done properly, even if it's effective, like, you know, we sacrifice a lot more than like other Eastern countries do for animal comfortability.
Yeah.
If that's a word. But I think that our biggest issue is that we don't regulate animal abuse on farms, and it happens. These animals are going to die anyways. We might as well abuse them. These are little sociopaths that we're growing, and we shouldn't. Like, an animal's comfortability, sure, the animal's going to die, but it doesn't deserve to be tortured.
Yeah, no. That's weird and creepy.
Yeah. So, unfortunate. Cecil's dead. Hey, good news. Maybe people will start doing things about it. Should we go on to Grimmy first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's go on to Grimmy. Christina Grimmy, one of my favorite YouTube started singers, died while giving out hugs to her fans at a concert.
Whoa.
Yeah, she got shot and killed.
That's not okay.
Dude shot himself. So this is a double lose in my opinion, because you know, Christina Grimmy died, and then her shooter died as well.
We couldn't get him.
Well, yeah, I mean, personally, I enjoyed Christina Grimmy, and I'm not gonna like say that I was a super huge fan. I thought she played on the Zelda video game girl stuff a little too hard, especially since her channel was just her singing. And I, you know, maybe she was genuine. She like super liked Zelda, and that's why she did all that stuff. But like, I don't know, maybe there's just a stigma on the internet of video game girls, and that's all there is. A stigma. She had a great voice. She had good song choices. You know, every song she did, it was like her song. She owned it. I would have liked to see her in person. I didn't know that she was on The Voice or anything, but yeah. She never got any... She didn't really ever get any airtime because of the subject that we're going to talk about right after this.
Oh.
She didn't get any airtime. Her death wasn't broadcast really anywhere. Maybe on like AOL News, which is not news, dude. Fuck that. A lot of people were affected. A lot of other YouTubers were affected. I know that Keemstar did a video on it. I don't know if he actually cared, but I know a lot of people did their own things because they interacted with her or whatever. Good news, she had a lot of projects in the works that are being completed by, I believe, her brother.
Huh.
So, like, the YouTube channel is still getting updated with, like, her stuff that she had left over. Which is really nice, in my opinion. I like that they're doing that. It makes me sad when I get a YouTube update. I'm like, oh, it's over. She's gone. Like, this is, once these few last projects are out, then that's all there's ever gonna be.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I have a lot of her music, so I'm good, I guess, on that. That good news, bad news. Bad news, yeah, like, bad news, the dude who shot her is dead. And my thing about that is that, you know, people like that, they deserve to live. People who do terrible things like that, they deserve to live. Without their arms, without their legs, without their teeth. They deserve to be taken care of for the rest of their lives by someone that actually hates them, and they should know it for the rest of their lives.
Pussy shit. You want to hear something horrible? What you gotta do is take their hands and feet, take their nose, and, like, fuck up the smell stuff, too. Take their tongue, take their eyes, take their ears. Because then their senses are gone, and they just have to sit there in a shell and just go crazy.
Ooh, that's a really good torture device.
It's pretty bad.
Maybe we should... I don't know.
Moving on.
Moving on. Yeah, I don't know. It just makes me angry. This is like something of passion, though.
It is real shitty.
So
it's akin to what happened to Dimebag Darrell many years ago. Yeah, so it's the same type of thing, and it's really bad that shit still happens.
Yeah. So next we go on to the reason why she never got airtime, and that was the next big bad thing. So 2016 sucked, by the way, if you didn't realize. The next big bad thing that happened, the reason why Christina Grimmie got no airtime or whatever, the reason why a lot of people didn't necessarily care all too much was, I think the very next day was the incident at Pulse.
Oh, right. That was this.
Like the very next night, or even the same day, I can't remember, but Pulse happened near where I live. I mean, I guess it's already a point that I live in Florida, but Pulse was big. I still, to this point, don't know if I lost anybody that I knew. Clearly, it not even that important, I guess, to me, the people that I might have lost, but a lot of people that I knew lost people that they knew and that were important to them. Wasn't there like a large number of straight people that were there at that night or something, and that were killed as well?
I think so.
Yeah. So it affected everybody. I mean, to me, it affected me in a big way, because I have a despise for people that go after other people for some fucking reason that they're different than you. You know, like
yeah.
I guess that was that considered a domestic terrorist attack or something?
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay, cool. Okay, that's what I thought. But yeah, that's what it was. Like, those people didn't deserve to die. They didn't do anything wrong except for not. And hey, a lot of people want to deny it. This guy was a Muslim American.
Uh-huh.
But obviously he wasn't like New Age Muslims being like Western. Because like I remember reading about something like he would go off and go to somewhere in the Middle East, and he'd come back all the time and be different somehow. And I don't know if it's like one of those things, like it can happen to anybody. Like it's the whole reason why, you know, fucking Mormons and what are they called? Jehovah's Witnesses. They get to you somehow. You're at a low point, or something doesn't make sense to you. You're angry, whatever, and everything makes sense, and it's not necessarily right, but it's right for you. And in these cases where it can be a violent religion in the modern times. Like, this is one of those things where it's like, hey, it lines up with everything that they teach overseas. Hello. Let's I don't know where I'm going with this. I guess the point of the matter was, I will call this guy a fucking Muslim asshole terrorist, because you know what? He doesn't deserve anything else.
Yeah,
yeah, you know what? He deserves whatever hell he is in.
I hope it's a gay hell. I hope there's a bunch.
I think.
I'm gonna. Stop.
I mean, hey, listen, hell.
You get the joke, everyone.
Right, but I think hell for him, or like for anybody, would have to be like something that nobody can agree is good. If there's a bunch of gay guys, that's somebody's heaven.
Yeah.
Like they're there. They're like, dude, this is great.
Like, I mean, an ironic hell.
Right, an ironic hell.
Yeah.
But fuck that guy. He deserves any evil any bad title that happens. Right. He deserves any bad title that is given to him because of such horrible things he did. And fuck him for his timing too. But also, in general, just fuck that dude. And then what was it? Next week. All right, Pulse. What good came of it? Nothing. Nothing, actually. Really, nothing. No. I can't justify a good side.
One thing.
What?
One very minute thing. When I heard about it, I instantly fucking freaked out. Because of you and our friends, I got scared super hard. I went to Facebook, and there was this little thing that was like a safety check-in. That's the only thing that was slightly good, is that Facebook added a check-in to let everyone know that you're okay. It sucks that is needed, but I'm glad it's there.
All right, I didn't want to actually talk about that, but I will say I'm not going to justify that as a good thing because it's just too selfish. It's too selfish for me to justify, hey, bad things happened. Oh, nothing happened to like people that I know. So I mean, that's good.
No. I'm not saying like it had happened.
I know you're not saying it like that, but like it's not worth it. Like, there wasn't good. Like, I can't justify it.
Absolutely.
Worse news. Black Lives Matter people that are bad representatives of a bad group were like, oh man, I don't want to talk at this event because there's so many white people here. Jeez. God, white people can't be gay. Yeah, okay. Don't question it. If you question it, then you'll just get yourself upset.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's it. Next, the week after that, let's keep moving on to the bad news. Week after that, some kid visiting Disney from a place where alligators don't exist got eaten by an alligator. Do you remember that? Yes.
I do.
Alligators?
And, this falls into the animal category again of, you're an idiot parent. I don't feel bad for what happened to you. Maybe I should, because it is a human life that was lost, and it was a child, and it was cut short. But why would you set your child close to a body of water in Florida?
Yeah, well, the bigger thing is that I'm pretty sure there was something about signs being there, and the kid was out several yards into this shallow water. I don't know if they thought, hey, shallow water's safe, but Jesus, that was stupid.
Yeah.
And, to that, yeah, fuck that. Maybe next time people will pay attention that Florida sucks and you need to build a Disney World somewhere else in America. Like, I don't care where. If you built one in Wisconsin, I swear to God, people would move to Wisconsin and start living there.
Maybe.
That's pretty good.
Hey.
What happened next? Oh, let's cover the Black Lives Matter thing. Black Lives Matter riots happened because of thugs who got shot by police. And What?
There is a potential that some of them had dark stuff in their past where they could be called that. There is also a lot of them where maybe they shouldn't have been called that at all.
There's also some of them. There's also some of them that. There's also some of them that was death via negligence that necessarily shouldn't have been anything more than a fiasco with PR, and PR should have handled it. But hey, that happened too.
Yeah.
There's like 3, and then that's what it is. It's that the big thing is that a lot of these things could have been avoided via cooperation. And you can't necessarily argue most of these cases because these cases are kind of clear-cut. Like, yes, a cop might overreact. A cop is having a stressful job, too. Being a cop is not something that I don't think many of them go into thinking, hey, I'm going to do this because I'm going to do a good job, and don't realize the stress. But it happens. It's a stressful job, and a lot of things can be avoided through cooperations. Now, I'm not saying that not all cops are racist, but when you A, think all cops are white, and B, think all cops are racist, you're fucking retarded.
Yeah, they're not all one thing or the other.
Right.
But
and a lot of
there
cops.
Were some people that did.
A lot of cops died.
With police.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. A lot of cops died.
Well, like which ones? There was one where, I think the biggest one. I think wasn't it in Florida? The dude that had autism got shot, or
he was taking care of the kid.
No, the dude with autism wasn't shot. The dude that was laying on the ground was shot because the cop had bad aim, and that goes to a different point. And I didn't.
Wait, no, hold on. Why did he shoot though?
The guy that had autism wasn't cooperating. He told him to lay down on the ground, so he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna put a bullet in you." Misfired and shot the guy that was cooperating.
Yeah.
He didn't die.
Okay.
But
yeah, I heard that he didn't.
So the thing is I don't know if you know this, but cops aren't. Here's the big thing with police officers, and it's not police officers themselves. It's the system that hires them and doesn't do anything about them. And that system is, hey, you're a police officer. You're going to be toting this gun, but we're not going to train you on how to tote this gun. You're going to have to do that on your own time. I don't know if you knew that.
Dumb.
Unless it's a federal officer. State officers are not required to have a specific amount of training. And all the training that they do get is usually they have to pay for it.
Ugh.
That's bullshit. Second of all, not all cops are required to wear body cams or hood cams. And they need to.
Yeah, they do.
But that's not their thing. They're not going to go out and buy a $1,000 body camera. They need to be supplied it, and they're not. Yeah, makes you
I feel
makes you
that
think
they
about
don't know the correct escalation of force. They instantly and literally dump the gun.
The other thing, though, is not all cops do that. But the big thing about it is that the job is stressful and everybody reacts differently under stress. And those who have been trying, like, it's been really sad all over the news of, like, and, like, you can see videos of it where, like, cops are like, hey, let's try and, you know, be more discriminative on our shots, right? And, like, what we're doing. And those cops usually end up getting shot or killed or, like, hurt because they are doing that. So it's like, if you don't want them to react this way, the society needs to not act like cops are the villains and start attacking, like, immediately. If that makes sense. Like, people will react based on how society dictates they should act.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
Because when it comes down to it, doesn't matter what the color of your skin is. My life is more important to you than yours to me.
Yeah,
right? That's the mindset. That's the mindset, and so there's all these cop killings that have happened, and Black Lives Matter riots, and now I guess they're not happening anymore.
They're not covered as much, or maybe they really aren't.
I think they're over at this point, because at some point or another, you tear gas everybody, and everybody needs to go home and lay down and maybe think about what they're doing.
Yeah.
But, I mean, to me, they deserved worse, but that's not because of them. It's because of, you know what, I'll just blame the media. The media deserves to be, like, strung up by its feet and, like, spanked. Like a bad girl. But
silly bitch.
Silly bitch.
Silly bitch.
It's whatever. There's more than one thing to everything that is happening at this point.
Yeah, there's a lot of dynamic systems going on with everything. And stuff.
And it's not like...
Yeah, good.
It's not like... if you really are not a retard and you can think about this for just a second, guess what? Cops, a lot of them have families. A lot of them just want to get home at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you go around and attack other cops and then not expect all cops to be stressed out because you're attacking cops because they're cops, you're, well, the R word. And, I mean, that's it. That's all there is to it. Yeah. When, I would always say, when an event like this happens, and, like, cops are going to be stressed out, you just avoid doing anything wrong. Like, if you deal the drugs and the marijuana, maybe you should put the marijuana away for a little while. Just a little while until it blows over. It'll take about a week because that's the average human attention span at this point. Or less, maybe 3 days. Depending on the state. If you're, like, in a liberal state, maybe like a week. Maybe if you're in a conservative state, maybe like... Or maybe this is the opposite. I mean the opposite of what I'm saying. I don't know. Point is, a lot of people overreact. Not everybody is a fucking moron or a racist. But if you treat other people like a racist, you're probably going to get treated like an asshole. Which you deserve. I guess that's all I have to say about it. Nothing really good came of those deaths. A lot of people died that didn't need to. Maybe people started pulling away from the Black Lives Matter movement. Let's go on to the pipeline.
Yeah, these two problems, I was thinking the same thing, so I'm glad you brought it up. These things can kind of be looked at as parallels. Or maybe not parallels, I'm probably using that fucking wrong word. I fucked that up too. With the Black Lives Matter thing, there was a lot of, okay, maybe it's this way, maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong. I don't know. It's iffy. This, very clearly, this group that's making the pipeline, fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, it has actually been shut down.
Ooh, good.
But immediately after that was said, stuff picked up about it again, saying that a different company, or no, some part of them that owns them, is still going to move forward with it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the problem isn't over with. But media is not covering anymore. Because it's like, oh, well, here's our happy ending. Whatever now.
Well, I don't think they're continuing it now is the thing. They might have taken a stop because they have to get the rights to continue it. But the big thing is, and here's a little, because you know me and my weird knowledge of things. So the thing with stuff like that, where, you know, they shouldn't be doing that. It is actually illegal to destroy Native American land at this point. It is illegal. Mm-hmm. You have to pay a hefty fine. The big problem is that hefty fine is nothing to a gas company. Yeah,
they don't care.
Yeah, they'll just pay it. They'll do it, they'll pay it, and then it'll be over it. They can't undo it. You can't undestroy your land, retard. Native American.
Yeah, that's their idea.
Exactly. You pay, like, say it's like it's not even that much necessarily, because, like, yes, you have to pay the people or something, like, but it's like, oh, you only have to pay them like a total of like $3 million. $3 million is a lot. It's not necessarily that much, especially if it's going out to a whole people. Like, maybe if the population is like 300,000 Native Americans in America right now, what is that? 300,000 divided by what? Maybe $300, $3,000 each. Everybody gets $3,000. That's not a lot.
Not in the long term, no.
No. I actually think it was $300. 300,000 by 3 million. Yeah, I think it might be. Well, point is, yeah, that's bullshit, dude. Nah, fuck them.
And things got worse because they kept escalating. They're like, all right, we're going to have these police force with water tanks and guns and shit.
The biggest...
It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, the other big thing was police... The whole thing that police can be bought. Let's go back to the other thing that's wrong with not police themselves, but with the idea, or the people that hire police officers and the state departments in general. You can hire a police officer. You can pay a department to have your police officers protect the thing that you're doing. That's bullshit. Police officers need to be protecting the law. You are breaking the law. You do not deserve to be able to pay for police because it's like, if they don't do their job, they're going to get fired. And this is the only job they have. So, and police aren't paid that great, if you don't know that. So it's not like they're going to quit their job, move to another town so they can be a police officer in another town or another state. Because once again, they have family. They got to protect their family. So the whole idea that they can hire police officers is bullshit. And they were stopping the media from trying to cover it. For a long time.
They really not want people to know about that.
Yeah, no, they are the biggest assholes, and they deserve to burn or drown in gas, because that would be an ironic and funny death. Well, yeah, both. Drown in fire. That's a good one.
There you go.
So bad news on that. Good news. Bernie Sanders. I think Bernie Sanders helped with that.
He was fighting against it.
Right.
Against the pipeline.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So
because he's a good person.
Right, Bernie. So good news. Bernie got more recognition, which he deserves. For someone
Bad
like
news, the DNC shit on him.
Well, okay, well, we're not on that subject yet.
Yeah,
but we're getting to it. What haven't we covered? Have we missed anything? Who else died? What celebrity died? They die in threes. Oh, Christina Grimmie.
Oh, I know. Well, you know what? They die in fours, actually.
Oh, yeah, why? Who died?
The bassist from Motorhead.
Oh, yes. Lemmy died.
That was a fucking bummer.
Yes. For anybody who doesn't know who Motorhead is, what are you?
Fucking educate yourself first.
What are you, an idiot? Do you not know hard rock and roll music?
Like one of the coolest. We're losing all our cool people. This is bullshit. Not right. You're really quiet. What happened?
Nothing. I mean, the bassist for Motorhead died. I can't think of a necessarily good thing. I mean, I guess Motorhead's going to move on, right? Do you think? Maybe?
I'm not sure.
They might just, be over at this point. So double whammy bad.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hope out there. Maybe they'll find a new bassist that can live up to Lemmy.
Well, I'm kind of neglecting something.
What?
He wasn't just the bassist. He was also the singer.
Well, they can find a singer, and then they can find a bassist.
Go listen to Lemmy sing. You can't copy that. There's not enough whiskey in the world to make your voice do that again, because he drank all of it.
That's bullshit. I drank whiskey tonight before we started this. Actually, I drank chai tea, and whiskey. Point is, another bad news. So,
alright, well, some good shit. Fucking jeez.
No, that's not the point. 2016. This video is just our take on 2016. 2016 sucked. It was comparatively one of the worst years for me, because cognitively I understood everything that was bad that was happening. Right? Like,
yeah.
I 9/11 was really bad for America in general. And I to this day I remember being in 4th grade, being at my school and being with the first male and first black teacher who I thought was manly. But I also thought that, or was taught that, men don't cry. And it was the first time I ever saw an adult male, black adult male, cry. So that was pretty shocking. Everybody was scared for a long time. That was a pretty bad year. But I was a kid and I didn't necessarily know. I was angry that there was these guys called terrorists that did these bad things. But I had... and I believe I had just gotten the GameCube, and Animal Crossing was taking up a lot of my time.
Yeah.
And Mario Sunshine. So, I mean, I was preoccupied, thank you. And I think same year was Pokemon. It was either Pokemon Gold and Silver or Crystal or... Oh, Ruby hadn't come out yet.
No, it was Ruby.
It was Ruby.
It was Ruby Sapphire.
Ruby and Sapphire. Amazing games, dude. So, I didn't understand. It was a bad year, but I didn't understand why it was bad. This year is a bad year, and I'm able to understand why it's bad.
And you're like, fuck. This curse of knowledge.
Yeah, it doesn't get better. So, let's move on. I mean, to be fair, 9/11 necessarily wasn't that bad for other countries.
Yeah.
Even our allies were, it's like, that sucks, dude. But, I don't know what to tell you.
A lot of bad shit happened overseas, too. Paris and Germany.
This year? Oh yeah,
I think
France.
They're starting to blend together. And
If I'm not mistaken, France, was it this year that that one newspaper company that made fun of Muhammad was attacked or whatever?
I think so.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're no. All right. What was I saying? It doesn't matter if you're religious and you believe in something, and if someone's making fun of it, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you should be an adult and not care what other people say about you. But I mean, that's always fine and dandy. I think there's exceptions. Like I don't like racism at all, but it exists. But fuck it still. But like if someone's making fun of your religion, which is something you chose, grow up. Yeah, that person doesn't deserve to die just because you. I'm not gonna diss it. You know what? I won't. But
yeah, Russell, come get you.
Yeah, no, I don't give a shit. You're fucking.
Then it's fuck you guys.
No, not just in terrorists in general. Like
that's what I
mean. But yeah, France suffered a lot of loss. Cars. Country that doesn't have guns allowed. Totally safe, right? Idiots. What else? Germany. Germany's a hellhole.
Yeah, but they're not doing good.
There's a big thing with like immigration that I'm not saying it's bad. Immigration is good, actually. But
if done correctly.
Yes, if done correctly. If you do it incorrectly, like I don't know, not set up a national language or not necessarily do background checks on those who are coming in, and especially if those who are coming in are coming in for a temporary amount of time. If someone wants to be a permanent resident, they should go through different means than those who are going through temporary residency. Why would someone that's trying to be a permanent resident do the same things that a temporary resident should do? And I think that's another double whammy loss. No wins, no gains, my friend. No gains at all. Yeah, they fucked up. The world fucked up, and then they don't know what they did wrong still. And that's the worst part, is that nobody seems to be learning anything. The next big thing that happened that wasn't good was I guess a large amount of immigration to America. Yeah, but I mean,
I thought they didn't come over.
No, we've gotten a lot of immigrants.
Okay.
Obama signed. Can't remember how many he's gotten into the country, but it was a fairly large amount. Not as large as the other countries, but it was attempting to be. I don't think it's going to happen at this point, because let's move on to the next subject: elections.
Here's the big one, folks.
Obama.
Strap on.
Obama, I think, in my opinion, was a good president.
Yeah.
He did a lot of things that I didn't like, but he did a lot of things that I did like, and he did a lot of things
like his policies.
Like, I mean, the whole
just quoting that drawing of you.
Yes, I know. The whole import of immigration was not good. Why is it not good? Well, it's not good because immigration to America is a big, tricky thing, because we don't have a national language. Because of that, there's a very large amount of miscommunication, which is frustrating for everyone. And that can be fixed by saying, hey, national language is English, which is what the Founding Fathers spoke. Okay, that would make sense. The other big thing is that teaching multiple languages should be a mandatory thing in school, and nobody seems to care about it in high school. or middle school, or even elementary school, which is the best time to be teaching kids a second language. Nobody cares. I don't get it. It upsets me personally.
That goes into different issues of school and how stuff like that is set up. Look, it's weird.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Obama's not going to be president anymore. Unfortunately, I mean, he ran his two terms, so good for him. I voted for Obama. I wanted Obama to win. He was just the best candidate. Personally, his skin color didn't matter to me. And it still doesn't.
That's like the most whatever thing.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Now, reason why I say that is to leeway into the next section. Bad news, everybody. The person that nobody really wanted to win won. And by nobody wanted to win, nobody in the media wanted to win. Nobody wanted Trump to win. A lot of people wanted Hillary. A lot of people wanted Trump.
I've been seeing it a similar way, but in where nobody wanted anybody to win.
Right. Most of them didn't want either, but we'll get to that part. That part is that out of all the bad, Trump's president. I think I voted for Trump because, and we'll get to all of it in a second. We gotta make it chronological so there's no ADHD moments, right? Trump won. A lot of people didn't want Trump. Trump's made decisions that, I mean, I don't like already. And a lot of it was from the alt-right that wanted him because they were like, oh man, he's racist. We want racist. The alt-right. The hilarious alt-right. You fucking retards. Trump's not going to solve any of your goddamn problems. End your lives.
Get those black kids off my lawn.
End your lives. Alt-right, please. Now, to the right, I say, I get it. You probably didn't want Trump either. Not a lot of people wanted Trump. The people that did want Trump saw him as they wanted something like, oh, yeah, he's different. He's going to change things. Okay, yeah, I get it. That's why I voted for Obama. And that's why I voted for Trump.
I can understand that mentality of, like, he's different. He's somebody else. He's not a usual politician. I get it. But he's also a dick.
But you know what? At this point, I want someone that's not politically correct. Why? Because political correctness leads to idiocy.
Well, there's a difference between political correct and, I guess, just straight up being a dick.
Okay, but what part is he being a dick about?
He's just very...
Everything.
I mean, people could probably be like, "Oh, you see, you don't even know." Because I'm so in tune with seeing when someone's being an asshole. Yeah, it's just instant. Okay. I just know this person's an asshole.
Well, here's the thing, though. Being narcissistic isn't being an asshole, and that's the worst thing about Trump right now. Is that he's narcissistic. He thinks he knows everything. The big thing, though.
Narcissistic was being an asshole.
No.
Maybe that's my fault because the two are the same.
I guess, but. Like, the big thing about, like, let's say, the thing with him and, that rock star, what was his name?
What?
The thing where he was, like, grab her right by the pussy.
Oh, that thing.
Well, he was a rock star at the time. He was young. He was hanging out with a rock star. And, if you're gonna he's not... The thing is, he's not a politician, and that's what I feel like everybody was trying to get him on, is like, oh, he was acting so rude and stuff, all these bad things, blah, blah, blah. He's not a politician. He just became a politician. Before that, he didn't have anything to stand up to. He didn't have, like, a means of, how do I put this, like There's kind of guidelines with what your job is. Whatever your job is, there's guidelines. Yeah. You should be this thing. And he didn't need to follow any of those guidelines because all he was some hotshot business guy in New York that hung out with rock stars because he has so much money. The lowest of low expectations is what you should expect from a standard 80s rock star or before.
Businessman.
Right. Like, you can't have expectations on people like that because they are allowed to do whatever because people allow them to do whatever. In general, celebrities are like some of the worst people because they get rewarded for... I love how Bo Burnham put it. They get rewarded for never growing up.
They really do.
And that is the thing at this point, is that Trump won. Everybody, all those fucking retarded alt-rights thought they were going to vote for him. He won, but it wasn't because of the alt-right. And that's what everybody's blaming it on. But he didn't win because of the alt-right. He won because the one person that everyone wanted to win didn't get a chance to. Because the media dictates, like, a lot of the coverage. Because there's no limit on, how much money free market lobbyists can put into a campaign. Ha ha ha. Keep reaming us with money. Yeah, sure. Okay. Sanders should have won. I wanted Sanders to win. Sanders is who I would have voted for.
Absolutely.
If he had given the chance. The reason why Hillary didn't win is because she cheated.
Oh, that too.
She cheated, and the DNC allowed her to, or
even helped.
Yeah, they helped. And Sanders should have won. Sanders would have won if it had gone down to it, because nobody will ever again underestimate the Rust Belt. The Rust Belt did it. They set this vote. Without them, it wouldn't have been a win. The Rust Belt really did decide it at this point. And the biggest... No. So, sure, I don't like who he chose for the EPA. That's bullshit. Like, global warming is real. Don't fuck with me. Don't even fuck with me, you idiot. You fucking idiot. But hey, whatever. We can vote for somebody else, Bernie, in the next campaign. And
or maybe even sooner.
Yes.
If something happened.
Yes.
Which, God forbid something.
Oh, you just cut out.
Oh, didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Happened. Don't worry. You don't have to repeat
snark in my voice. But, yeah, something should happen. I don't care. But,
so yeah, Bernie should have won, but... Yeah, Bernie should have won, but better news, he has claimed that he plans to run again in 4 years.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Which is good. That's what we want. That's what... I mean, I want it. But that's what most people want. That's the reason why a very specific Hillary Clinton... I don't know why I said very specific. That's why Hillary Clinton didn't win. Is because the people wanted Bernie. A lot of people didn't. Probably alt-right. Probably a lot of people that... or like, they can't get over the fact that, oh man, Bernie Sanders is a communist socialist, which I think that's hilarious.
I don't even know what that means.
You don't?
Yeah, no, I really don't.
Okay, well, good. It'll help your brain. But there are people that want change, and that's another good thing that happened, is that change is like noticed suddenly, because she didn't just lose. She lost because of a flaw that is in the current first past the post system, and B, the Electoral College. And people finally are recognizing that there is something wrong with the Electoral College. A lot of people will argue that the Electoral College is essential for population concentration, which is not a good enough reason why we have it still. Because population concentration is something that can be easily changed by changing the way electors work. If you don't want to get rid of electors, you can consider electoral college having representatives by city, because city population is very different, where people might think that, you know, the population of New York and Los Angeles will make up the vote. It's very much wrong, as the population decreases drastically after New York.
What do you mean after New York?
So population is much more distributed around America by city, in a different way than it is by state. So, for instance, let's say I think Canoga, the area of Canoga in California, does not have nearly as much of a population as LA does. So LA, because of LA, mostly LA, all of California has a huge voting power. So say you had 3 electors for every state that didn't meet a certain that met a certain population, or didn't meet a certain population, and then from then on you do the whole like 20,000 or something, or like votes per person on a city, right? A state has much less power, or a state has much more power than a city does. So it don't worry about it. Other people will get it if you don't, Ryan.
I'm listening and I'm like,
I'll link you some like CGP Grey, my boy CGP Grey. He's badass. He knows what he's talking about. And then there's like issues with the first past the post system, and these are things that I learned because I've taken political science for a while now in college. Just as like a minor, not even a minor, just as electives, because it's fun. Big thing about the first past the post system is that like it's like, oh yeah, it's one of the main reasons why third party candidates never win. A lot of people wanted Bernie Sanders to win. A lot of people voted for Bernie Sanders when the election was happening. You know, like 15,000 people voted for Harambe. I get it. You do it out of spite. You do it out of your beliefs. You have the rights to do those beliefs, and you should do them. I think that the people that don't vote for the two like primary candidates are the true voters, the true patriots in America right now, because they are voting because they believe in something, not because they are afraid of something else.
I've seen posts where people are saying like, "Oh, you stupid idiots! It's your fault that she lost because you couldn't tear yourself away from your third party and vote for her." It's like, oh, God forbid they do what they think is right.
Yeah, well, the thing is, the big problem with all these primary candidates is not a lot of people, like, I think the only people that genuinely voted for Trump was the alt-right, or people that were either, or people that just didn't know a lot and thought Trump was the better candidate. Everybody actually voted.
She was better though.
Actually, everybody actually voted for Trump or Hillary because they didn't want the other candidate to win, not because they wanted that candidate to win.
True.
Because Yeah, because they didn't want the other candidate, the other option to win. Or because the other option was just not something they wanted. Like, nobody votes for the candidate they actually want. The only people that vote for the candidate they actually want are the people that vote for third-party candidates. That's my spiel about it. And that's what's wrong with the first past the post system. And lobbyists and things like that. Like, fuck lobbyists, dude. And fuck not having a limit to the amount of money you can spend in a campaign for a candidate.
Yeah, that's the most shady thing.
Yeah, no, all that shit is bullshit, and that's why 2016's election was also fucking terrible, dude.
Yeah.
But, once again, bright side, Trump has been doing things that have made me happy too, like going against a lot of the things he said and shit like that.
Which I think is actually really funny.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna do this, this, and this.
And he's like,
yeah, fuck that, I ain't doing that. That's stupid.
Yeah, that makes me laugh.
Why would you guys think I would do that?
Yeah, that makes me laugh because it's like, oh man, Trump. Because one of the big things about Trump's history, I don't know if you knew this, but I remember reading about. Liar. No, I mean, maybe, I don't know. No, I meant politically. Is that in the past, if I'm not mistaken, he's been a very mostly left voter in the past. I think he's just a big troll, is what I think he is. But
that's pretty good, then.
Then
I'll be like, all right, you're fine, I guess.
I mean, yeah. If he's in, the big thing is that he's like it seems like he's being the in between, which is what I wanted from Bernie. But I think that's what everybody realized, and that's why Hillary Clinton's campaign was across the party lines or whatever.
I don't get the saying.
Like, oh, she's crossing party lines because she's against literally Hitler. So you're voting. Everybody's voting for her. I mean, I guess it was kind of true, except for the entire Rust Belt.
Yeah.
Bernie Sanders is gonna run again. So I guess that covers all the main things. You have anything personal? Without using names?
I wasn't gonna.
Okay.
I was gonna say a person.
Uh-huh.
A lot of it was good. A lot of good things happened to me. It was enjoyable. I'm way more confident than usual.
Mm-hmm.
However, that didn't come with a major issue of I got smitten and I was like, oh, this person's cool. And I was like, oh man, their life isn't good. I'm gonna be a big hero, man, and bring them in, and we'll fall in love, and blah blah blah. Kids, don't do that. Don't stick your neck out too far for someone you don't know that much. For your best friend, Joshy over there, totally do. Is someone you met online, and you're like, oh man, I'd sure love to mass bitch together. Maybe don't do that. Don't do that.
My only problem with it is that I wish you hadn't have gotten smitten. If you had saved her and not been smitten, I would have been okay, because I ended up liking her. Like as a person, and she's talented. I'll give her that. I love her trans wave style, or vaporwave style music.
I wouldn't call it vaporwave.
It's pretty vaporwave.
But I get it.
It's vaporwave, dude. Don't fuck with me. It's totally indie vaporwave music.
But
yeah.
I mean, it was alright, yeah. But later on down the line, I started to notice cracks and things. Because, I mean, you only were really with her for, a week.
Yeah.
I saw a lot more.
Yeah. My point still stands that, yeah, she had these things about her, but she was definitely talented, in my opinion, at least, and she definitely had, like, I don't know, she had things to offer about certain areas of knowledge. But I mean, yeah, I noticed some flaws too. Nobody's perfect.
The only thing that, like, about it all, it's like, all right, regret, lesson learned, moving on. I'm not really gonna let it dominate me or bother me or blah blah. Because you know what? Yeah, I'm here. I'm alive. I got all my shit. I'm happy. Fuck it.
I mean, I guess nothing personally happened to me. JonTron left Game Grumps.
Was that this year?
No, that was like 4 years ago or 3 years ago.
What?
I was memeing. I was just memeing.
Being a meme.
I was just memeing. I don't know. No, I guess nothing necessarily bad. I mean, I went into debt, but I'm also getting myself out now that I have now that I work at the doctor's office. I make money, and I'm getting myself out of debt. So I mean, bad news, money problems. I'm always stressed out about money problems.
Yeah, this year was the same.
Perhaps double stress out. I'm stressed. But nothing super bad. Like you had a much worse year than me.
Kinda.
Yes, and but
I bounced back from it pretty good.
Yeah, you did. It's still something that made 2016 bad. I guess what is that? Is that all I had to say about it? Let me think. Trump, Bernie, Hillary.
Harambe, man.
In general, just all of it was not good. Anyways, that's been 2016 on Channel 3.
A nice big steaming, festering, ingrown toenail of a year.
Yep, there's how many days left? 9, 10 days left.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's over. If anything worse happens, I don't even think it can get worse unless the world ends.
Never say that.
I mean, if something like blows up and the world ends or something, or I die, I mean, I can't really comment on it. So
I have to.
Nah, you're good. Just start.
Shut up. Dick.
All right, I love you guys. I don't know who you guys are. There's only 6 views.
All of you weirdos that are listening, or the future. Ooh.
There's only 6 views on every video, but this will be clickbait, so maybe there'll be more.
Yeah. It'll be like, ooh, an hour. I wonder what they did.
Yeah, almost 2 hours.
Oh man, look, I got that guy. I killed him. I got him good.
What are you talking about?
Because the video's still playing.
Oh, okay.
You got him.
Alright, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna end this video. Alright, thank you for watching. This is Channel 3 on this shitty fucking year. 2017, I can't wait because 2016 was awful. And it can hopefully only get worse or better.
Yes! Double down! Last 10 days, make it count.
And it can only get better from here. My name is Cransiosis.
I'm Guardian.
Yeah. We will see you around for the next episode. Yeah. Top of the... What is Jack's... bottom of the evening. Whatever.
6 a.m.